All right, guys, welcome to my YouTube session once again. Today, I'll be taking you guys on a market outlook on the pairs I'm currently watching. All right, so the first on my watch list is dollar index, DXY. All right, so as you can see here, this is a major demand level, and if you can notice, DXY have been bullish since 2023. All right, we saw the first impulse, the first correction, then we saw this impulse, and currently DXY is reacting at this level. And as you can see, this trend line, we have a trend line running over here. All right, so I'm anticipating that we might see DXY coming down to this level, this minor level I just highlighted. Because if we go to the daily time frame, guys, notice what is happening here. Notice this level. Price have been able to test here the first time. We saw price coming here the second time. We saw price reacting here the third time. So anticipating that DXY is likely to come back to that same level before we see the next impulsive buy. Okay, so, and if you notice as well, you can see we have a trend line running here, and there are possibilities that we'll see DXY maybe pulling back down. Then we might see the next impulsive move to this level. All right, because this is the immediate supply level. So I'm anticipating that price might get to this level. So this is what I'm anticipating on DXY. Then if we go to lower time frame, maybe let's check 4 hours to see what 4 hours is doing. All right. On 4 hours time frame, guys, notice that we have this bearish engulfing candle. We had this bearish engulfing candle, guys. This engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles. This candle engulfed 11 previous candles. So which signifies that the bears are still selling impulsively. They are still pushing price down, and we are still likely to see price coming back to this same level I highlighted, guys. I'm anticipating this as well to the next level, and this is the next level. But I wouldn't just buy blindly because of this. I'll wait to see price action here. I'll wait to see candlestick patterns, or I will see chart patterns, maybe double bottom, inverted head and shoulders, bullish engulfing, so many of them, guys. So we are likely to see that acting here. Then we'll now take this to the upside once again. But why buying, guys? We are not going to neglect the fact that we had a double top here. As you can see, we had a double top here, and I'm not going to neglect that. I'm going to put that into considerations in the sense that if this DXY should buy the next time, I'm anticipating that here we might see rejections here. There are possibilities that we'll see rejections here in the sense that we might see something like this, guys. We might see this. This is possible because trading is all about probabilities. We are not certain on what is going to happen. So we are putting that into considerations. All right. So if DXY is able to break above this last high, I'm expecting the next high to be here. All right. But if we are able to break that level, maybe we see something like this, then I'm expecting that DXY will continue bullish move. Okay. This is what I'm anticipating on DXY, guys. All right. So over to the next The next pair on my watch list, I have the Japanese yen. All right. So I've been bearish on this pair for quite some time now. If we check the higher time frame, we're on the daily time frame. These levels I highlighted, those are the major zones, major resistance zones. All right. So I'm anticipating the the Japanese yen or JPY index is likely to continue this bearish move because overall it is bearish in nature. All right, so I'm going to highlight the last low that this price gave us. All right, so market gave us this low, and this is the current market price. So I'm anticipating that we are going to see some sells to this level. Probably we are going to break it. But since we don't have any past price action here, we are going to be trading conservatively. I'm not going to be too aggressive on this pair, even though we are still bearish, because we can see a scenario like this. But so far, there is nothing interesting in Japanese yen currently, because the pair is very weak. So I would suggest or I would advise you focus more on sell until we have reversal patterns to the upside. Then you can now think of buying Japanese yen. All right. So if we check lower time frames as well, maybe the 1 hour, I don't know. Let's see. There is nothing special here, rather than we are still bearish. Okay. But I'm going to take note of this last low that markets formed, in the sense that if we come back here and maybe we see price acting as a double bottom, then we see rejections to the upside. That will now make me shift my bias and I will start looking for buy opportunities. Maybe to see something like this. Okay. So we are now putting this into considerations as well, that anything is possible in trading, because you might wake up and you see that Japanese yen is now very strong due to the economic activities and co. Okay. So with that being said about Japanese yen, let's go over to the next pair we have on the watch list. All right. So this is the crude oil. I'm watching crude oil. All right. So on the daily time frame, I'll remove these guys so that I can explain much better. Okay, now see what we have here. This was a major level, a major zone, a major demand level. And if you check past price action, you can see that price have literally been respecting this level. We saw price rejecting there. Likewise, we saw price acting as a support here, as you can see. Then we saw price reacting here as well. We saw price reacting here in the sense that this is now a consolidation, but we are not going to neglect that as well. All right. We saw price reacting here, over here as well. So you can see this is a major demand level, or this is a major zone, in the sense that whenever price comes to this zone, we are literally going to see some rejections, guys. And you can see currently US oil is rejecting at $77 per barrel, which is a round number. And that is perfect for trading crude oil. All right. So I'm now going to take that into considerations, knowing fully well that this is now my major demand level. And you should know the rules of engagement. You buy at demand, you sell the supply. Basic law of economics. Okay. So on the 4 hours time frame, guys, and okay, I want you guys to notice something here. You can see this candle. This candle was rejecting. You can see the rejection, signifying that the sellers are weak and the buyers are coming into play. Okay. And likewise on the 4 hours time frame, let's check if we can be able to see something here. All right. So over here, we were trending down. Then we saw price breaking this last lower high. And we saw price coming here. Okay. So you can see that we have a change of character over here. We've already changed the character, signifying that we are no more in a downtrend. Now we are in an uptrend. So I'll be looking for more buy opportunities on this pair. I won't focus on selling currently because we might see little push or impulsive push to the upside. Then I'll also highlight this trend line running over here. Okay. So my scenarios or my projections for this pair, and here we had the last high that the market has formed or price gave us. And if you notice, we had double top, price rejected, gave us a double top, then we saw this push to the downside. All right. So I'm expecting that if this US oil should give us a scenario like this, a break and retest, then I'm going to keep on buying this pair up to this price point, $94 per barrel. That is my long-term target on US oil or crude oil. Then at the same time, I'm not going to neglect this trend line running here. Eventually, if we are not able to break or we see some rejections here, then I'm now going to maybe take a short-term sell to this demand level as well. Until we have a break below this demand level, then I will focus on more sales. But the Middle East tension is not yet over, even though we have some break. So I'm keeping that in mind that we might still see some war activities which will push or make US oil to be very, very impulsive, which is going to buy. All right. But in a scenario that we have something like this, a break below this demand level, now I'm going to shift my bias and I'm going to be selling. All right. At the same time, I want to show you guys something. On the 1 hour time frame, we had this falling wedge, which was a reversal pattern. So if you look at this now, you can see that this was a falling wedge. And this is a clear reversal pattern. Okay. And I was able to buy here. I was able to buy here and my stop loss was practically below this level. I was just scalping. I was scalping this pair. All right. But focusing on the long-term goal in the sense that if we are able to break, I'm targeting $94 per barrel, which is a swing trade. As you can see, this is 1:17R. This is a good risk. All right. But I'll also keep in mind that if price should come back to this level, we might see rejections because this was the last high that price gave us. So I might be taking 80% of my profits when we get to this level. And if eventually we are able to break, I will hold the 20% and likewise find re-entries to ride this along. Okay, so that is it about this pair. All right, so over to the next pair on my watch list. I have gold. Currently I don't have much going on gold. I've not been trading gold for quite some time, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to give a breakdown on what I'm expecting on gold. Okay, so on gold, I'll focus more on the 4 hours time frame for now. All right, so this was the last high that price gave us, almost the same with US oil. We had price rejecting here when the Middle East tension was calm. We saw price dumping because investors are now taking away their cash and trying to invest somewhere else. That was why we were able to see this push to the downside. Okay, but we are not going to neglect the fact that price came to this high, this lower high, before giving us this lower low. Okay, so we are likely to see this as a range. We are likely to see this as a range because this break, it wasn't that impulsive. The break, it was sort of a trap. So I'm putting this into considerations that if price should not be able to break above, we might see gold doing the same exact thing, maybe coming to this price point. Then we might now see that impulsive buy we are expecting. But if we are able to break out of this level, guys, if we're able to see this maybe in the next trading session, I'm now going to look for a lower high and I'll ride the wave, guys. I'll be targeting this level. If I see something like this, I'll be targeting this level. But if we are able to break, I'll now ride alongside this trade. Because overall, gold is bullish. Gold is bullish overall. So that is it about gold. I really don't have much going on gold. And since I'm expecting DXY to dump a bit before the next impulsive buy, I believe gold might consolidate for a while. But we are not going to tell the market what to do. Rather, we are going to follow the market. Whatever the market is doing, we'll ride with the wave. Okay? I don't think we have much on gold. All I can spot is rejections. As you can see here, we've practically been seeing rejections. You can see the wicks. These are signifying that buyers are sort of weak. If you check lower time frame, I can't spot any reversals yet. So I'll practically wait for London session or New York session so that I can look for opportunities, either to sell. If I see price action confirming this, I'm going to sell to this level. All right. So that is it about gold. All right. So over to the next. We have Euro USD. So Euro USD have been interesting. At the same time, Euro USD have been something else because I've literally been trying to sell this pair, but I've just been getting the small moves. I was trying to catch the next impulsive sell to this level. I was trying to sell within this price point, sorry. I was selling here, but I was able to close on little profits here. I closed on break even because I was targeting this level. But overall, I was paying attention to this trend line. because I know there are chances that price might come to retest on this trend line. Okay. So since we have this playing out, I'm still going to look for sell opportunities. Maybe price pushing to this level so that we'll have impulse correction impulse, which is one of my favorite trading strategies. I love to see this impulse correction impulse. Okay. But I'm not just going to enter blindly. I'm looking for patterns or reversal patterns before I can be able to take a sell. So currently, Euro USD is looking interesting. All right. Okay. So over here, we have a rejection. We have a sort of a minor level here. And Euro USD was rejecting at the same time, rejecting on this trend line. But I'm not going to enter because this is not my trading hour. I'll rather wait for London session or New York session before I take any trades, because this is currently Asian session and I don't trade USD pairs during Asian session. But once New York or London session opens, I'm going to be selling Euro USD. And my first target will be this trend line. But in a scenario that we have a break, I'm going to keep adding until we get to this level, because this is my target on Euro USD. But if we are able to see Euro gaining strength against dollars, and maybe we have a push to the upside to break this trend line, I'll wait for a pullback, maybe to this level, and I'll buy. Because as you can see, this is a minor zone, and we can see price breaking it, even though here price respected this level. As you can see, price have been respecting this level. The second time we had price respecting it over here. So I'm not going to neglect this level. As you can see. So considering this now, if we have Euro breaking this trend line, I'm going to wait for a row reversal, in the sense that this level now, I'm going to use it as my demand level to push price to the next point. I will basically take my profit, or 80% of my profit, when price gets to this level. Then overall, long term, I'll be looking here, because that was the highest point we've seen so far since 2023, guys. So this is what I'm anticipating on this pair. All right. But judging with the fact of what is currently happening, I will say I will favor the sellers, and I'm going to focus more on selling until we have a break above this trend line. All right. So my target for now, like I explained, is short-term target is here. Then long-term target, if we have a break, should be to this level. All right. So the next I have here is GBP USD. So on GBP USD, I could spot something very nice. I've seen this type of chart pattern before. I've seen this on DXY in the past. I've seen this play out. I will show you guys. As you can see, DXY had almost the same pattern or formation, and we saw it buying aggressively. I'm thinking the same thing might happen to GBP USD. even though I'll wait for confirmations before I conclude on that, guys. As you can see, this is sort of the same thing happening or repeating itself again. But judging from what is happening on this pair, if we are to check the daily time frame, guys, this was the highest point that price have gone to since 2023. Then this was the lowest point 2023. All right, so if you notice here, we've been in a downtrend that was since February 2024. We've been in a downtrend. All right, so I'm not going to basically neglect the fact that since this year, okay, this was on March 24th. Since March 24th, we've been in a downtrend. I'm going to say that GBP USD is sort of in a downtrend, and we basically look for selling opportunities for now until maybe we see price pushing up to this level and maybe giving us a lower high so that we can continue the buys. But if we are to focus more on sales, these are the levels I'll be watching to take my profits. These levels I've highlighted. I'm thinking of taking a sell on this pair because here we had a minor level. We had price rejecting here. And we also have price rejecting here, guys. As you can see, price rejected here. And we had price reacting and buying on that same level. And you can see price have been reacting here. Likewise here, guys, for a buy. And we saw price reacting here for a sell. And the last time price came here, we saw rejections as well. So I'll say I'll look for sell opportunities for now. Okay. So this is it about the daily time frame. And if you notice as well, we had a trend line running over here. We had this trend line. If we go to 4 hours time frame, guys, we had a break out of this trend line, but immediately price broke out. We saw price coming back into that trend line, which sort of gave a fake out for people trying to buy. I would say that this is sort of a fake out because assuming price wanted to continue buying, I was expecting price to, from this lower high, I was expecting price to push up again, but this did not happen. All right, so I'm going to mark out another level. I'm currently saying we had this level. All right, so this is a minor demand level. So price is literally bouncing at this level for quite some time now, and we are likely to see price pushing to the upside. There are chances because this is probabilities. It is likely to happen. If we have a major news, you might see price pushing to the upside. That will now make me change my buyers and start buying. Okay, but since this has not yet happened, I'm thinking of maybe taking a sell, but this should be sort of short-term sell, guys. I will sell and I will literally take partial profits here, sort of scalping. Then once we have a break below this level, I will wait for pullback. Once I see the pullbacks, I'm selling to this level for my first target. Then my second target should be here. Then third target should be here. This is what I'm anticipating on this pair, guys. Okay, so over to the next pair I have the Euro JPY. This is an interesting pair, guys, because I've been swinging this pair since Friday. And this is almost 1 week I've been on this trade, guys. Okay, so I will look at the daily time frame first. The daily time frame or the weekly, you can see the price rejected here. This is a major supply level. We saw price rejecting here for the first time. We saw price rejecting here for the second time. And we saw price coming here for the third time. So I was buying this pair with the hope that it will break impulsively. But as you can see, this candle closed below this level, signifying that the sellers were very strong here. They were selling impulsively, but at the same time, I'm trying to take this buy to that same level. And if at all we see a break out of this level, guys, if we see a break, I'll know that, okay, we are still bullish. And from the analysis I showed you on Japanese yen index, you can see that Japanese yen index is weak. So I'm going to be buying euro against Japanese yen. All right. So price bought from this level as well. This was a major demand level. You can see price have been reacting here, guys, for a buy. We saw price testing here for a sell. At the same time, we saw price breaking that same level. And we saw a spike during a news event. You can see the spike. But after the spike, we saw rejection to the upside, signifying that buyers are still strong. And on the daily time frame, guys, notice what have been happening here. We've been seeing series of higher highs and higher lows. As you can see, we've been seeing higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. And I'm anticipating that this might still continue going up, guys. And you can see that this trend line, price have been respecting this trend line, guys. As you can see, it's quite obvious. So I'm anticipating that this price will get to this highest point again, if possible. But if I see rejections here or reversal patterns here, then I'm going to take my profit and wait to see what will happen again. We might see price breaking here, which is possible. That is if Japanese yen is able to gain strength. But if at all euro is stronger and Japanese yen keeps on falling, I'll keep on buying euro against Japanese yen, guys. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, leave a positive comment so that we can be able to make quality contents like this again. Okay, so don't forget to follow up the Telegram channel below the description to be getting daily signals, free signals, and chart analysis as well. All right, so that is it about Euro JPY, and I was able to take a buy on this pair. I've been on a buy. I'm swinging this pair, guys. And I sent the signal to my WhatsApp and Telegram channel. We took a buy here. Our stop loss was below this level, probably 62 pips. I was risking 62 pips, and we are currently up 200 pips in profit, guys. As you can see, we are up 200 pips, guys. Oh, all right, so I'm targeting here, guys, but I'll be taking partial profits here, but my target is here, this last high, if price is able to get there. And at the same time, you can even see that we had a trend line break here, guys. There was a trend line break, and I was able to find re-entries on this pair after this trend line break. I was able to find a re-entry here. We bought more here. At the same time, we bought more here. So I've been accumulating more buys in order to get to my target, because this is one of my strategies, and this is what I talk about in my ebook. The ebook I recently launched. I'll talk about all these, how to get all these type of entries, how to identify this trend, these phases of the market, and so many tools that you can likewise tweak into your trading style so that you can be able to get this type of setups, guys, because this is a life-changing setup. You can imagine we've been trading this pair since last week Friday, and we are still holding till today, guys, adding more. We are not basically holding our first entry. We've been adding more, guys. So this pair now, I'm watching this. I can spot something here. And at the same time, you can see that we have a channel running here, guys. As you can see, we have a channel running here. So I'm literally going to be adding more positions if I see a bounce on that trend line on lower time frame, say 15 minutes. I'll remove these, guys, so that we can be able to see the charts more clearly. So as you can see, we have this channel, this beautiful channel, guys, very, very beautiful. Okay, so if we are to have a bounce, the third touch, I'm going to add one more position before we get to this price point. If eventually we see this, maybe tomorrow, I'll add more. I'll add one last position before we get to this level, guys. Then I'm going to close 80% of my profits to watch what will happen. If price is still impulsive on the daily time frame, then I'll hold the 20%. If not, I'm going to close the profits I've already accumulated from this price point to that price point. Okay, so I'm up how many pips again? I'm up 334 pips, guys. Not basically 200 pips, because the last time I checked, it was 200 pips. We're up 334 pips in profits. Approximately 300 pips, guys. And I was risking 62 pips. You can see that this is almost 5 risk to reward, guys. Very crazy. Holding for just a week. You can see how you can string these pairs, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel once again, so that you don't miss out on these valuable contents and educative videos, guys. All right.